Hi, I'm Mr. Jody, and I've got an object lesson for you. You know, I have my trusty rat trap here with me, and wow, that thing is dangerous. Careful. Whatever you do, be careful of this thing. I want you to help me out here just a little bit. I'm going to set my rat trap, and oh boy, that's a dangerous thing there, I tell you. Oh, hang on, just a minute. Almost got myself again there. Hang on, let me try that again. I got to set my rat trap here. Okay, I'm going to set that there. Here we go. There. Okay, I got my trap set. Now, would you normally stick your finger in a rat trap? No, that would not be a good thing, would it? Because if you stick your finger in a rat trap, what's going to happen? It's going to hurt. It might cut it off. That's right. You don't want to stick your finger in a rat trap. Most people don't do that kind of thing. That'd be kind of crazy. You see, a rat trap is there to catch rats. So, you know, like if this pencil or a rat comes on there and goes, ay, ooh, that's a mess. Oh boy. Whew, that just about broke. That poor pencil almost got it. That would be dangerous. That would hurt your finger if you stuck your finger in a rat trap. That would not be a smart thing to do. You see, this trap, it reminds me of exactly kind of how sin works. You see, sin works just that way. You see, the Bible says that the devil is like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. You see, Satan is out there trying to get us to lie, to cheat, to steal, to fight, to swear, to disobey our parents. Satan's out there trying to get us to do everything wrong against God possible. You see, that kind of reminds me of our trap. You see, you know how Satan gets us to do things wrong? You know how he gets us to sin? He tempts us, doesn't he? He tempts us with the things that we like the best. Like, say you're in a store and you see a candy bar that, oh man, you're just starving because you haven't eaten in almost 5 minutes. And you got this candy bar sitting in front of you and you say, oh, but I don't have the money in my pocket, but, oh, I'm starving. I haven't eaten in 5 minutes. And I'm starving and I need that candy bar. And, oh, those thoughts start going through your mind of, oh, who will care? It's a big store. They won't miss it. Oh, big deal. It's no big deal. But is it a big deal? What is it if you take the candy bar out of that store without paying for it? Stealing. It's stealing. That's exactly right. And you know, the Bible tells us that we are not to steal. It is against God's way and against God's will for us to steal. It would be totally wrong. No matter how we rationalize it in our mind, it is wrong. But see, that's kind of how Satan works. That's how he tempts us. He gets to start thinking about it in a different way and maybe kind of make it sound as good when it's not really good. You see, that's kind of what a rat trap does. You see, how do we catch a rat? Well, we have to put cheese, right? We put cheese on there. And to catch that rat, the rat likes that cheese. So he comes up there and nibbles it and we got him. That's how you catch him. You know what? The Bible says this in James chapter 4, verse 7. It says, submit yourselves to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. You see, what we need to do is submit ourselves to God. Resist the devil. Don't let yourself be put in a place where you are tempted. But if you are tempted, guess what? It says resist the devil. But we have to also, the beginning of that verse says, submit ourselves to God. We have to submit ourselves to God. That means we have to be willing to follow God's ways all the time, every day. We need to ask God for strength and help so that we don't give in to that temptation when we're faced with it. Okay, now here's something I want to promise you. You see, when we submit ourselves, resist Satan, resist the devil, you know what? He's going to flee from us. And God will give us strength to fight temptation. I promise you something. If you take your finger, I want you to stick your finger out just like this for me. I promise you, if you stick your finger into this rat trap, you will not get hurt. Okay, I want you to stick your finger out just like this. Okay, how about the clean one? Oh, well, that one will have to do. Never mind. Okay, so here we go. I want you to take your finger, and I want you to stick it right in the trap. Go ahead and do that. Does that sound fun? You're going to do that? Oh, boy, okay. Well, here, carefully, very carefully, stick your finger in the trap. Get close, ready? Ow! Oh, phew. That part always really scares me. Hang on. Okay, let's try this again. Except be careful. I promise you won't get hurt. Go ahead, do it. Ah! Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe you didn't get hurt. That's amazing. You didn't get hurt. Oh, okay. Well, anyhow, as I was saying, we better leave that rat trap alone. There. As I was saying, you know, we need to submit ourselves to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from us. Don't put yourself in the place where you're going to be tempted. And you know what? When you are tempted, if you're submitted to God and you are asking God for the strength, he will give you the strength to say no to that temptation, so that temptation won't trap you and won't catch you. I'd like to show you now just a little bit about how to do that object lesson with the rat trap. I'm using actually a standard ordinary rat trap. It is a real, rat trap. It really does snap, and it really is dangerous. But here's what I've done to make the rat trap work. As you can see closely here, the rat trap is a real trap with the real springs and everything. What you need to do to make this object lesson is you need to, first of all, take one side of the springs. Right, here's a spring. The spring sets on the rat trap. This is how it comes to you when you get it. It has two pieces of spring holding onto the sides. Take one side, gently lift it off so it's not on the bar anymore. So there's only one side on the bar. Okay. Now to perform this object lesson, what I do is I start off, first of all, it is a real rat trap, and it really does spring. So you take the rat trap here, you pull it back like this, hold it with my thumb, and you pull the arm over here, catch the latch. Now to make it just a little more believable, what I like to do is stick my thumb underneath the side, because that's what I do to make the magic trick work as well. So here you go. Stick your thumb under the side here just a little bit like that, and the rat trap is now set. Now, what you do to make the rat trap spring, obviously, is you take a pencil or something in there and hit that little lever, and it will spring just like that. It really works. Now to the object lesson part, so the rat trap doesn't hurt somebody, what I do is usually I hold it like this, and as I'm talking, I just take my finger and I take it here, I take that piece of spring and I pull it off like that as I'm talking. I'm taking it off the bar, okay? So I have that down here on the side, I'm talking, and so this is out of the way so people aren't paying attention to it, and I go click, just like that. That little spring right there on that side, I take it again, I take my finger and I click, just take it off, just like that. So the spring's off. So when I come back up here like this to set the trap, I take the trap, pull it back, and pretend like it has spring to it. I put it over top of my thumb, right here, and I put this down here, and what's happening is now is my thumb is putting pressure on the bar, so it looks like the spring is putting pressure, but there's no pressure on it at all. That bar is just right there. But my thumb, by doing this, by having my thumb in there, it's putting pressure against my thumb. And I hook it up there, and my thumb is doing all the pressure, making it look like there's a spring, making it look like it's being held there. And then when I have the child come in to actually touch this, okay, there you go. That's the scary part. There you go. And now the trap, actually nothing happens. I go, wow, what happened here? And I try not to make it as obvious as going, oh, see here, grab the spring. There, I rehooked it. Okay, that's a little obvious. Don't be that obvious with it. What you want to do is, as I look at the trap, I go, wow, that's amazing. I put the trap backwards like this, looking at the back of it, going, wow, that's amazing. I'm grabbing the spring, and as I roll, I'm just simply rolling the spring back on. So I'll show you that from the front view. I'd be grabbing it here, and as I roll, I'm just setting it back on. So no one sees what I'm doing. I look at the back like, wow, so what's wrong with my trap? Rolling it, I'm actually holding the spring with my fingers and snapping it back on. So it's like, wow, what happened to my trap? That's really weird. So rolling it like that. Huh, it's amazing. And just kind of play around with it afterwards, obviously. But hey, great object lesson. I hope that you enjoy using it, and that is the rat trap object lesson.